This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here. Hello everybody, and welcome to yet another video on my own personal YouTube channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me today, as always. It is always much appreciated. Right, Saturday afternoon is virtually over. We have just seen Classic Watch 25 Possible Whirl defeat her elders to land the Group 1 Pretty Polly Stakes at the Coa. Of course, this weekend, it is Irish Classic weekend, the Irish Derby, Grade 1 action at the Coa. And what we're going to try and do today is we're going to try and sneak in another Classic Watch 25 Possible, based in Ireland, ahead of the race. But before we take a look at the horse, where can people find these horses? classicwatch25.great/site.net is where these horses are able to be found. You will see that Whirl has broken ground. As it stands at the minute on the Roll of Honour, there is no horses that have won 3-year-olds and above trials. Whirl has actually just won a 3-year-old and above Group 1 race. Obviously, Whirl won the Musidora over the same sort of distance and was placed in the UK Oaks. Will she take her chance in the Irish Oaks in around a fortnight or so's time? Time will tell. Interesting to see what they do with her and the UK Oaks winner, Minnie Hawk, for the rest of the season. But yeah, classicwatch25.great/site.net is where people will be able to find these horses. Hopefully, they will continue to go from strength to strength. There's still a few classics left. I'm hoping that this one might develop into some sort of a classic horse. Serious Contender is the name of the horse, a 3-year-old colt trained by Aidan O'Brien and owned by Coolmore, sired by Wootton Bassett out of a dam called Luganaquilla, who herself is out of Galileo. This horse, Serious Contender, bred by Coolmore. And you'll see that among the entries of the horse is an entry in the 4:10 at the Coa tomorrow, the Irish Derby, where he is due to be ridden by jockey Gavin Ryan. People will see that the horse is also in the Irish St Leger as well, on the 14th of September, as well as races like the Goodwood Cup and the Coa Cup. And the Princess of Wales' Stakes is the Bahrain race, as well as the Irish Derby tomorrow, which is a genuine 33 to 1 chance at the moment. So this one could be running in a classic tomorrow. Take a look at the form of the horse. The horse has raced 5 times and has only finished out of the first 2 on 1 occasion. This horse has been slowly but slightly progressive, it's fair to say. Hasn't raced at pattern level. It actually took him 3 races to get off the mark in a race we will look at after this video on the 19th of October 2024 in a 1-mile maiden at Leopardstown, when he beat Kilqueer Rock by half a length, running to a mark of 86 after running to 78 and 77 in his first 2 runs. Connections obviously thought that mark was fair, because instead of going for any trials, they decided to go down the handicap with the route off his opening mark of 85 in a handicap worth £12,000. Again at Leopardstown, the horse up 2 furlongs managed to defeat Light as Air by half a length, running to a mark of 92. For that, the horse was put up £7 to a rating of 92, and that was good enough to get him a run at Royal Ascot in the £57,000 Heritage Handicap, the King George V Stakes, where again, up-tin trip from 1 mile 2 to 1 mile 4 furlongs. I thought the horse ran a very creditable race to finish second out of 19, beaten only 1 length by Merchant, where he ran to a Racing Post rating which was a career best of 102. The horse, now rated 101, sets his first foray into pattern company at the highest possible level, it's fair to say, in the Group 1 Classic, the Irish Derby. So what we need to do really is we need to take a look at the pedigree of the horse and see if the horse can step up. He's got a fair bit to find. The first 3 in the UK Derby are all reopposing at the Coa. So it's going to be a very interesting race tomorrow, I think. People take a look at the Pedigree online thoroughbred database. They will see that it's woefully out of date for Serious Contender regarding the form. They haven't had the horse even winning, even though the horse has raced 5 times and won twice. Luckily, we can ignore that, and we know the horse is dam line 9B, Serious Contender. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. The 5th dam of this horse is actually related to a horse we've already done in the past. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the first 3 dams of this horse, Serious Contender. We're going to take a look at any good horses that we find along the way. And then when we get to the 4th dam, I will link you to a card of the previous horse. Now, so I don't have to repeat myself. And then we will watch Serious Contender win 3rd time out at Leopardstown last October. And then we will get on with our lives, I think. The dam of the horse, Serious Contender, Luganaquilla, a mare born in 2017, sired by Galileo, out of a dam called Wave. Luganaquilla raced 7 times in her career. She only managed to get 1 win and 1 second, while earning €10,050 in her career. Luganaquilla trained by Donica O'Brien in his career, and no black type form of note. In 7 runs, owned by Mrs. E.M. Stockwell. The additional produce, the 2023 horse by Wootton Bassett. Next season, again, another one. This season's 2-year-old also by Wootton Bassett. Luganaquilla is actually a full sister to Cliffs of Moher. The ill-fated Cliffs of Moher, a horse born in 2014, who is also sired by Galileo out of Wave. Cliffs of Moher raced 18 times in his career, 3 wins, 2 seconds and 3 thirds. In the first 3 in 8 of 18 starts, the horse earning £1,020,344 UK pounds in his career. Cliffs of Moher was classic placed, wasn't he? 2nd in the UK Derby of 2017 and a winner of the listed D Stakes at 3. At 4, the horse won the Group 2 Morsbridge Stakes and was placed in another 4 Group 1 races. Placed in the Tattersalls Gold Cup, the Eclipse in England, the Tattersalls Gold Cup in Ireland, the Caulfield Cup in Australia, and also placed, in the Group 2 Hardwick at Royal Ascot. Horse was 4th in the Caulfield Cup in Australia. Sadly euthanised in November 2018 after breaking down in the Melbourne Cup at Flemington, raced under the name The Cliffs of Moher in Australia. So triple Group 1 placed, Group 2 and listed winner. Classic placed horse, Cliffs of Moher. The 2nd dam of the horse Wave, a mare born in 2009, sired by Dan Silly out of Queen Cleopatra. Wave herself was only out of the first 3 once out of 4 starts. 1 win, 1 second and 1 third. Earnings of £9,526 British pounds. Wave again was another one owned by Mrs. John Magnier, who fell short at pattern race level. But through, you see there, Cliffs of Moher, she is a black type producer. But it is worth noting that the first two dams of Serious Contender have fallen short at pattern race level. Again, though, there's some interesting horses related to Wave before we get to the 3rd dam. This one I remember going round for Godolphin, Francis of Assisi, a gelding born in 2010, sired by Danehill Dancer, also out of Queen Cleopatra. Francis of Assisi raced 19 times in his career, 8 wins, 1 second and 1 third. 10 out of 19 starts in the first 3. Earnings of $363,500 Australian dollars and €83,391 in his career. This ended up a sort of dual-purpose horse. John Ferguson, when he was training over the jumps, had this horse a while, and so did Charlie Appleby. The horse actually won the listed Knockair Stakes of 2013 and was 2nd in the same race at 4. At 5, the horse was placed 3rd in the Grade 2 Winter Novices Hurdle at Newbury, and at 6, The horse sort of reinvented himself as an Australian stayer, winning 2 Group 3 races for Charlie Appleby down under, the Bendigo Cup and the Queen Elizabeth Stakes at Flemington. The horse raced in Ireland, England and Australia. And yeah, it's a decent horse for a while, Francis of Assisi for Godolphin. Look at Me, a mare born in 2008, sired by Danehill Dancer again out of Queen Cleopatra. Look at Me raced 14 times in her career, 2 wins, 2 seconds and 2/3. 6 of 14 in the first 3 for earnings of €61,791 and 13,978 British pounds. Look at Me had an interesting career. She was second in the Group 3 Oh So Sharp Stakes of 2010. And at 3, she won the listed Navigation Stakes, and she was placed in the Group 2 Blandford Stakes, as well as placed in another 2 Group 3 races, the Kilturnan Stakes and the Dance Design Stakes at the Leopardstown and the Coa, respectively. Decent enough horse, Look at Me, in her career. Listed winner, Group 2 and Group 3 placed. And she also foaled at her best, won a horse that managed to get black type, and that horse was called Kind of Magic. A mare born in 2013, sired by Galileo out of Look at Me. This horse raced 7 times in her career and won only once for earnings of €39,185. Kind of Magic actually won the listed Flame of Tyra Stakes of 2015 at the Coa, over a mile. Listed winning 2-year-old, sent to America in foal to Arrogate after she'd finished racing in Ireland. We're going to take a look at the third dam of the horse now. Queen Cleopatra, a mare born in 2003, sired by King Mambo out of Sequoia. Queen Cleopatra raced 10 times in her career, 1 win, 1 second and 2/3. 4 times in the first 10 for earnings of £117,294 UK pounds. Good solid career again, Queen Cleopatra. She was actually classic placed twice. Placed in the 2006 Irish 1,000 guineas and the 2006 Prix de Diane, the French Oaks, while winning the Group 3 Derringstown Stud 1,000 guineas trial. So dual classic place, Group 3 winning third dam, Queen Cleopatra, to add some much needed pattern race form to the first 3 dams of Serious Contender. People will see then that if we stick Bridget, the 5th dam of Serious Contender, she is also the 3rd dam of Ascoli Pacino out in Japan. You'll see there Bridget out of Listen. Ascoli Pacino, a mare born in 2021, sired by Daiwa Major out of Ascolti. Ascoli Pacino currently has only been out the first 2 once in 9 starts. I think that was in Australia. 6 wins and 2 seconds in her career for earnings of $526,500 Japanese yen. This horse a classic winner. She won the 2024. Oh no, she was second, sorry, behind Stellenbosch in that race. Group 1 winning juvenile. She won the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies, and she also won the Group 3 Niigata Nisai. At 3, she won the Grade 3 Keisei High, second in the Japanese 1,000 guineas, and also second behind Jantar Mantar in the NHK Mile Cup at Tokyo. At 4, the horse was won the Group 2 Turf Sprint in Saudi Arabia, and the horse has also won the Group 1 Victoria Mile back in Japan this season, trained by Yoichi Kuroiwa. The horse currently spelling at the moment, but I'm sure she will be back soon at some point, hopefully, for another run. What we can do, though, is to save me talking about Sequoia and all her relatives. What I can do is I can link everybody to a card for Ascoli Pacino. That will, in fact, save me repeating myself, because I know that this line is covered in that Ascoli Pacino video. So I will leave a card to the Ascoli Pacino video in this video now, so people can watch it. And then with this horse, Serious Contender, it's just a matter of taking a look where we are on the historical dam line and watching the horse win. People will see that it's on the Mill Princess line, Mill Princess. Oh no, that was a different horse. That was Well that we looked at earlier. This is on the Prayer Bell line from 1954. It's got plenty of classic winners on it. You'll see 3 generations there. Sequoia is also the dam of dual 2,000 guineas winner Henry the Navigator. You've got horses like Irish 2,000 guineas winners, Musician and Saffron Walden in the pedigree, as well as many, many more horses that we take a look at in the video I've just added as a card, sorry. So, yeah, plenty of hope, really, that this horse is a half-decent horse. I mean, we've had a rated to a stayer in Francis of Assisi, Cliffs of Moher, was placed in the Derby. Hopefully, this branch of the Bridget line will stay a little bit further. I do think Serious Contender has got plenty to find on form. That is clear to see. This is his first run at Patton Company, and the horse has not even managed to win a handicap off 92 at Royal Ascot. So plenty to find for the horse, it's fair to say. But I don't know, if you're not as strong on the form of the UK Derby like I am, you think it's all to play for. It'll be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow, whether the form of the UK Derby stands up at the Curragh, with Lambourne, Professor Griff and Tennessee Stud, the first 3 in the UK Derby, all opposing in the Irish Derby, none of them Classic Watch 25 possibles. This horse, Serious Contender, is he worthy of a place as a Classic Watch 25 possible on form? Arguably not really. The horse has never ran at pattern level, but one thing is for certain is he's heading in the right direction, progressing up through the handicaps. And in an average-looking Irish Derby, it has to be said, Connections, Ballydoyle and Coolmore look as though they're going to let the horse take his chance. If the horse does take his chance, he will be on Classic Watch 25 at some point ahead of the race. All there is to do now, really, is to close a few tabs down and watch the horse win on his third start on the 19th of October 2024 in a maiden at Leopardstown. Just notice this horse has never raced at the Curragh. Serious Contender. I don't know if that's a bonus or not, but we'll watch the horse win. I think we'll watch the horse win at Leopardstown, and we will see what we think.
And thereof, the grey Casper Hauser missed the break by a couple of lengths. A mile of the trip, the EBF C&G Maiden. It's Sujet, Highbury CC, attended by the Angelic Doctor. Wide of the 3 is Serious Contender, followed by Ice Jet and Glimmer of Hope, the dark blue jacket. These are followed by Kilcray Rock, as they've just got over 6 furlongs to go. Highbury CC just picks it up, followed by Serious Contender, and between them is Ice Jet. On the rail with the noseband is Sujet, who's followed by Kilcray Rock and Glimmer of Hope. Further down the field is the Angelic Doctor, and then Ray Keir. Woodshaw Whisper, and at the back is Casper Hauser. Matching strides up ahead, Serious Contender joins issue with Highbury CC, with moving into 3rd place Kilcray Rock, being followed towards halfway by Sujet and then Ice Jet and the Angelic Doctor. So they're at halfway now. Serious Contender on the outside, with a narrow advantage over Highbury CC. Much closer in 3rd is Kilcray Rock, followed by Sujet and Ice Jet and Ray Keir. On the inside, dropping back, the Angelic Doctor and then Glimmer of Hope, who's followed round the home turn, Woodshaw Whisper and Kaiser Soze. So they turn in, Highbury CC, Serious Contender together, being followed by Kilcray Rock, Sujet, Ice Jet next with Ray Keir and the Angelic Doctor, Woodshaw Whisper, and Casper Hauser next. They race towards the final furlong and a half. And it is in the centre, Serious Contender, about to be challenged by Kilcray Rock. On the rail is Highbury CC, followed then after a couple of lengths break, Sujet and Ray Keir and Woodshaw Whisper, followed then by Ice Jet and Casper Hauser, and it is Kilcray Rock with battling back on the inside, Serious Contender. There's not much between them, 50 yards to go. Serious Contender and Kilcray Rock. Serious Contender on the inside makes it a double for all concerned. From Kilcray Rock, finishing well was Woodshaw Whisper ahead of Ray Keir, Sujet and Casper Hauser.
Well, that was a fairly underwhelming victory, wasn't it? In my view, from Serious Contender, the horse looked to need every yard of that mile to see off Kilcray Rock by half a length. Back in October, I think it's fair to say for everybody concerned that the horse has improved up to 1 mile 2 and again at 1 mile 4 furlongs, leaving this form very much behind in handicap company. So I would say the distance is a lot more suitable for the horse now than it was that day in October. And all that remains to be seen, really, if the horse does take his chance in the Irish Derby tomorrow, is whether the horse turns out to be good enough. Time will tell. On pedigree, I suppose people have to give him an outside chance of still having plenty of improvement in him if he is at the top level echelon of that line. But it's been hidden very well so far if he has, winning £12,000 handicaps and being placed in Royal Ascot handicaps. The horse is yet to run in a pattern race. Thrown in at the deep end tomorrow, it will be fascinating to see how Serious Contender gets on if allowed to take his place in the Irish Derby. But again, there's St Ledger's upcoming as well, which could, looking at this horse, play more into his strengths in the Irish Derby tomorrow. But I think he'll have to acquit himself averagely tomorrow instead to move forward, because they've just got so many 3-year-olds to sort out, haven't they, over these middle distances. And 1 mile 6 furlongs to me is a middle distance race. So I think I'm in a position to leave this video here now. I think what I will do is I will leave a copy of all the Classic Watch 25 possibles in a playlist for you all to look at. That way you can learn more about the Classic Watch 25 possibles should you seem fit. And I will also give everybody who has watched this video so far without subscribing to the channel, I will give you all an opportunity to subscribe to the channel as well. But I think we can think about leaving this video here now. Very interesting night's racing coming up this Saturday in Argentina and the USA. So I'm off to take a look at that. And it is also the Group 1 Grand Prix de Saint-Cloud tomorrow, as well as the Irish Derby at the Coa Classic Action tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and your loved ones. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye for now, and take care.